Hey, what is going on guys, it's Carlos and this is the latest flagship phone from LG, the G4. Now I've been using this phone for a while, so let's see how it does. So this is a successor to the G3, which was a great looking phone already. It pretty much didn't change much. The power and volume buttons are still on the back, which they do take a little bit of time to get used to. And if you're not a fan of the location of the power button, you can always just double tap on the screen to turn it on, which is what I mostly did half of the time. It's way more convenient than reaching my finger to tap the power button on the back. So the G4 does have a plastic back cover which is removable. Yes, I said removable. So you're able to change out the battery, and it also has expandable storage via micro SD card. And you would probably end up using a micro SD card anyways, because the 32 gig variant already comes with 10 gig less space because of the bloatware it has. And this is probably the only flagship device with expandable storage, since most manufacturers have moved away from this. Now onto the design of the phone. There is a chrome finish band that wraps all around the phone, and the negative to this is it gets minor scratches on it, and if you have an OCD for that, you might be in trouble. Anyways, holding the phone feels really good in the hand. It doesn't feel slippery at all. It has a nice grip to it. The back is a plastic cover with a diamond shaped pattern. There is also a leather back which does look really sexy. Unfortunately, I didn't get that back cover. So there is a slight curve on the screen of the LG G4, which is why this phone feels really comfortable holding it. So the display plays a big factor on the G4. It's a 5.5 inch screen with a quad HD display, and holy moly is the screen beautiful. The colors really pop on the display, but the brightness setting isn't really that much bright compared to other phones. The viewing angles are extremely good, but once you get outside, it's a bit hard to see the display. But LG simply decided to fix this, because once direct sunlight hits the screen, it washes out the colors to help you see the display a bit more. I still don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, since viewing content outside looks really washed out, but you can see it, so that's the only trade-off. I also love the slim bezel that it has. It makes you more immersed into the content you're watching. Now for those spec nerds out there, the G4 is packing a 6-core Snapdragon 808 CPU, 3GB of RAM, 32 gigs of internal storage, 3000 mAh battery, and it's running on Android 5.1 Lollipop. Yep, not the latest. So yeah, these are crazy specs for the G4. It runs really fast and smooth. You couldn't even tell there was a lag. Oh, and the G4 is running on a custom skin of LG, but it's not over bloated. You can't even tell it's running a skin. It's almost a stock Android experience on it. The G4 does also have a multitasking function, almost similar to the Samsung one, called Dual Window. It lets you open up two apps and run them side by side, a neat little feature. And we also have Q-Slide app, which lets you open some of its stock apps from LG and run them in a window version, allowing you to control the size of it, transparency, and you can still use your phone while you're using them. There's also shortcut keys that allow you to use the volume buttons by quickly double tapping them, and it opens up a certain app. But I couldn't figure out how to change these shortcuts, and the only way I really used this was with the camera one. Now another thing I did want to mention is stock keyboard. Don't use it, it's really bad. Go to the Play Store and download SwiftKey or some other one. It's really horrible, you don't even want to use it. Now the one thing I did notice from this phone is the rear speaker is really loud. When I got a message in a room full of people, everybody would turn their heads around when I got a message, so I always kept it on vibrate mode. But when I watched a YouTube video, I would keep it at 75% and not try to go to 100 because it sort of distorted the audio a bit. I kind of also like the speaker placement on the back. I feel like I'm able to hear it more when it's in my pockets because it's facing outwards. So we do need a phone that can last all day, and the G4 does exactly that. I'm able to go through about 10 to 11 hours of battery with it, having the brightness maxed out, using Spotify, podcast, YouTube, the basic social network. It lasts long enough for my day to be over. Oh, and it has Qualcomm quick charge, so you can charge this baby up real fast, 0 to 100 real quick. Also, don't forget the G4 comes with a removable back, so replacing the dead battery with a fully charged battery is real quick too. Camera. The G4 is sporting a rear-facing 16 megapixel f1.8 aperture camera and a front-facing 8 megapixel camera. Now the G4 probably has one of the best cameras. Images that are taken with it are just very crispy. It's really rare when the G4 doesn't output a good picture. The colors are vibrant on the photo that they almost seem to be a little bit too vibrant. White balance gets now almost spot on every time. It's really hard to dislike this camera. It's top notch quality. In low light, it's also a beast. It's able to let in more light because of that f1.8 aperture, making a low light photo pop even more. The front facing camera pictures are also good. It has a wide angle lens, so taking selfies with a group of people is perfect for it. One feature that makes the G4 camera shine is the manual controls that it has. In manual mode, you're able to adjust your settings from shutter speed, white balance, ISO to capture an even more great image than its default settings. Oh, and it also shoots raw images, so it saves more information on a photo where you're able to tweak the image in Lightroom and bring back shadows, expose the image more, and change the white balance. But this does use up more storage. Good thing it has expandable storage, right? Video is also shot at 4K on this phone. It's crispy and it looks very good. It also has optical image stabilization built in, but that's its downfall as well. It makes the edges on the phone look really wobbly. It's the warp stabilizer gone horribly wrong. Hopefully this is fixed during an update to get rid of this. Now this is one phone that pretty much has it all right. It has really good design, great display, fantastic camera, not to mention a removable battery, and you can pop in a micro SD card to expand the storage on it. It's definitely an all-in-one device. You won't be disappointed with it. Anyways guys, this pretty much does it for my review of the LG G4. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure to smack that like button and leave a comment down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at MobileCarlos. And again, thanks for watching guys, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. See ya.